All right. Well, I'm back. I've got another pretty interesting video. This is something I've been needing to do for a long time. So let me show you what I got. So I've been using ultrasonic cleaners for years here, and I've been using this one from Central Machinery, the one from Harbor Freight. You can see it's pretty nasty in there, and I've even had to take it apart and repair it once, and it worked pretty good for quite a long time. I got my money's worth out of it, I guess. But this time it was like, man, it's getting weaker again. I don't want to take it apart and see if I can fix it anymore, because I've been wanting to upgrade my machines, and that is what I came up with. So, and I forget the brand. It's probably maybe here on the back. Model number CDF10. Made in China. So you can see the rated volts, the ultrasonic power 240 watts, and the heating power is 300 watts. So when I upgraded, this is what I was looking for. First, the capacity. This is a 10 liter 240 watt ultrasonic power, and I think it has 3 of those transducers in them, and then 300 watt heating power. So it's got plenty of power. And capacity is a little more, so I can fit all my carburetors in there, no problem, and whatever else needs it. This one, I think it only had 1 transducer. I forget what the power rating is, but it would get hot, I have to say. I mean, it got hot, and the transducer, it worked, but that's the one that it would come separated on the bottom of the tank. You have to take it apart and re-glue it and all that good stuff, and that's what I had to do last time. But out with the old, in with the new. And what's up, girlie? All right. So, and this seems to be a very, very common configuration on ultrasonic cleaners. There's plenty of brands out there, and they look identical, and you can even see the instruction manual, the introduction manual as they're calling it. It's pretty generic. There's no brand on it, so it's a generic form, so any brand can pick this up, right? But you know, the price was right, and it got good reviews. So for what it's worth, hopefully, you know, Amazon always has their deal about fake reviews, but hopefully this one's legit. And yeah, so when you take a look, let's see. There's the power cord. Plastic basket. This is a hose you can hook up to the drain here, and drain everything out if you want. Here's the wire basket. What I liked about this one, a lot of them I've seen had a wire basket, and they kind of hung over the side, and then you couldn't put the lid down, right? It was kind of ridiculous, but I kind of like the way this one's done. So it has the double basket, 1 plastic and one metal. The drain deal here is, this is where you hook up, yeah, well, you can see how it works. You hook that in, and then it's threaded, and you can put it on the drain fitting there. Oh, so what I'm going to do different with this one, I'm going to fill this one up with just water. And then I'll put my parts into a little plastic bag that will hold all my solution, and then I'll put it in there, right? So this whole unit will only be exposed to water. It'll be real easy to clean. And of course, what I want to test, some guys put them in a glass jar and then put the glass jar in. I was like, well, how much vibration is that dampening, right? Trying to go through the glass. And if I use a plastic bag, it's like, well, okay, the vibrations will go through the plastic, but how much heat will that be? I mean, this thing will get pretty hot. So I guess I just have to control the temperature on this so that it won't melt the plastic bag. But that I'll do long term. I'll probably have a different video on that, testing out different ways of doing it. But this time I think I'm going to do it that way. I'm going to fill it with water and try it with a plastic bag with the pieces I want to do. The pieces I want to do are very small, just parts of a carburetor, a 2-stroke. And this stuff, I'm trying the simple green, and it says aircraft and precision cleaner. And the why I chose this, if it's saying aircraft and precision cleaner, it's really made for like aluminum, aircraft aluminum, and it won't discolor aluminum. A lot of solutions, if you don't watch out, if you just use regular simple green or some other cleaner stuff, if you leave it in there a long time, it will discolor the aluminum, make them darker, right? And I think it has to do with the acidity of whatever solution you're using. I'll have to look that back up, but I'm going to try this stuff. Okay, so you can see I put my parts in the bag and then put the solution into the bag, and after I use it, I will probably put it in find an empty jug or something to put it in, because I do want to reuse it. It's not like it's gonna not like a one-use thing. And you can also see down here on the controls, can you see that? So the left side here is for the temperature, and the right side is for the cleaners, to control the time, minutes and seconds, on how long you want to clean. On here, it's the left side is what you set the temperature at. The right side is what it's actually at. And you can see I put it up to 50 degrees C and then turned it on, and I'm waiting for it to warm up. And here is just I guess it was a default set for 5 minutes, and I guess that's fine. I mean, the instructions kind of tell you, what it is and possibilities of what you can clean, gives you the specs on it and how to operate on it, but it doesn't give you a baseline on how hot to get anything, temperature, and how long to clean it. So I guess that's something you'll experiment with, and I'm going to base it off of what I was using on my old Ultrasonic deal. I don't know how hot it got, but usually I would put it in for 4 minutes and so many seconds on each pass. So after a 5-minute cleaning session, I'll take a look at it and see if it looks better or not, and go for more if you want. But it looks like it'll go for a long time, and with 3 transducers on it, man, it's probably going to clean a lot quicker, a lot better. So I'm just waiting until the temperature gets up. I mean, it's just flashing at 24 forever. So I don't know what's going on. I'm going to go down to 40. I was expecting it to really get hot fairly quick. I mean, it's a 300 watt heater set up on it, but I'm just trying to look at the looks like they had a label on here and then inked out the barcode. They covered one barcode and then inked over the second one, so I don't know what's going on with this. But I hope it's the real stuff. Alright, it's up to 25. Let's see if it starts to climb up. And I'll come back when the temperature's up. Alright, so you can see it's at 37 right now. And that's probably, you know, I might go up to 40. I was trying to figure, well, 40 degrees would be around, what, 109, 110 Fahrenheit. 37 is around 95 degrees, I believe. And I don't want to get it too hot because I have that bag in there, right? But you can feel it's warm, it's not hot. It's like a, feels like a hot tub in there. So it's set at 5 minutes. I'm just going to run it that way. Woo, man, that's loud. You can see all that. You can see down there in the corners. So 1, 2, looks like, I think there's 4 transducers on this one. I'll have to look again. I think it was 4. But yeah, that is freaking loud, isn't it? Alright, I'll come back after this is done. Yeah, so one thing I've just noticed, how unbelievably loud it is, but you can see the temperature is going up much faster while this is on, right? I was just waiting for the temperature to go up, and it took probably 30 minutes to get up to 37 degrees. And I haven't had this on but a couple of minutes. Over 2.5 minutes, almost 3 minutes. And it's already up to 43, 44. So this is the actual. I don't know. I'll have to look at the manual again and see what it's going to go up to. Does it have a normal temperature that it goes up to, like 50 or so? I'll have to take a look. That kind of surprised me. I'm sure it'll say in here somewhere. Oh yeah, just as soon as I open it up. Ambient temperatures, the temperature setting defaults to 50 degrees C. Working hour shown is the default 50 minutes, or 5 minutes. So the default's 50 degrees and 5 minutes. So, alright, we'll take a look at it when it's done. Alright, you can see it, it is off, and the temperature here is starting to go down. Yeah, unbelievably loud. I think, and most of that, when you take the lid off, you can tell most of that sound is just the top of it vibrating, metal on metal. So I'm going to put a little gasket around on the inside of this lid. Give it some cushioning to sit on, you know. Quiet it down a little bit. I mean, that was unbelievably loud. But there we go. It's just hard to tell, you know, if I saw somebody do this and I thought, that's a good idea, but now I'm wondering, well, how much vibration does it inhibit? Does it really need to, will it go through the bag or through the glass cup or whatever you're doing? But maybe I'll do that on another video. We'll try to come up with 3 or 4 consistent pieces that need to be cleaned. Do one with the well, I guess we'll do one in a bag, one in a glass jar, and then one just straight into the solution. But I'll think on that, you know. But anyway, there we go. Let's take a look at what they say. What it looks like. Yeah, it looks pretty clean. I mean, they weren't that bad when I very first put them in, right? So yeah, so I just wanted to give you an idea of the size of this thing. I know online when I was looking at it and they give the dimensions, and you know, I just really wasn't quite sure what it would look like on the inside of this thing. But there you have it. Get a good idea of what scale this is, right? And this one is the 10 liter, and so far it looks like it's running great. You can see it definitely cleaned up those carbs, but it is awfully loud, ain't it? So I guess that's about it for this video. I just wanted to show you the new ultrasonic cleaner and give you an idea of how they operate. And the size also, I almost got a 6. I'm glad I got the 10, you know, so I can clean multiple stuff at a time, or one big carburetor, or a couple of carburetors, or whatever. But I think with the 6 liter, the small stuff you can do, but then you'll be limiting yourself. I just didn't want to come out and think, man, I wish I would have got the bigger one, right? So, but I guess that's it. I think I'm going to try it out on a few more. I'm sure I have some carburetors over here that I can clean up, and I'm going to try to do something with this lid and quiet that sucker down. That sucker is loud, ain't it? But I guess that's it. So, as always, thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe and watch my next video.